The earliest, most inspiring experience I remember was when I was 10. I was at McDonald's with my mum and my brother. And she said one statement I can never forget in my life. She said, one day, we'll have our own house, our own beds, and our own wardrobes. Let me explain. You see, growing up, we didn't have a lot. My mum was a single mum for as long as I can remember. I don't know what it's like to have a dad sit around the dinner table. I don't know what it's like to have a dad to watch my basketball games. And I don't know what it's like to have a dad give me the talk. You nasty people. There's a time in our lives where 10 of us lived in a 2.5 bedroom flat. I say 2.5 because one of the rooms was used as storage. As you can imagine, 10 people, 1 bathroom. Showering was a struggle. I had a cousin in particular. If she got into shower before me, she used up all the hot water and leave me with cold water to use. And on a winter's morning, you don't want to have a shower with the cold water, trust me. It's not cool, man. Well, it's cool, but it's not that cool, trust me. There were more bodies than beds. I hated sleeping on the floor. Some of us had to sleep on the floor. I hated it so much. So I came up with a strategy where I'll get to bed really early, and I'll pretend I was sleeping. They'll wake me up and like, pretend I was in deep sleep. That way, I go to bed at night. My mom worked extremely hard. She worked 2-3 jobs. And during the week, we wouldn't see her. We wouldn't see her weekends. Following that conversation at McDonald's about having our own house, our own beds, our own wardrobes, we moved outside renting our own flat. I was excited because, we had more space, more room for everyone to do their own thing. But she didn't stop there. We bought our first house, even bigger space, we could do our own thing. But she didn't stop there. She had many houses under her portfolio. She was a property developer. Guess what? She didn't stop there. We went to a bigger house where everyone had their own bathroom and toilet. And for me, I was playing rugby at the time. I liked my bathroom being messy. That's how I rolled. On the 18th of April, 2012, I got a phone call from my uncle. He said, Ife, I'm coming to you at uni today, and I'm bringing something for you. I was excited because, first year at university, exam time, working so hard, and my uncle's wife, who was my mom's sister, was a great cook. And you know me, to get to my heart, just feed me, and you're good to go. So I was excited. I was like, yes, it's going to be a good day. Gonna have some good home-cooked jollof rice. Yes, I can't wait. But then I was like, let me take a nap for this feast coming my way. So I decided to, take a nap. As I was sleeping, I got a phone call. It was my dad. I was like, why is this guy calling me? I picked up anyway. He said, Ife, how are you? I said, I'm fine. He said, I heard your mom's in a coma. I was like, huh? That's not possible. And he said, okay, and hung up. Very insensitive. I was like, okay. I panicked, got my phone, tried to call my mom. I tried, it wasn't going through. During that process, my uncle called me and said he was downstairs. At that moment in time, I realized he wasn't bringing me good food. He was bringing me bad news. As I went downstairs to entertain him, he went straight and said, Ife, we have bad news. I said, Uncle, I know. He said, your aunties want you to come home. I'm a kind of guy, I don't like people feeling sorry for me, so I said, Uncle, I'm not coming home. But he knew he had to bring me back home that day. So he convinced me to come home. So I went up to my room, get some of my clothes in my suitcase. As I was packing my clothes into my suitcase, I said to him, so Uncle, how long has you been in a coma for? With so much sadness in his eyes, he said, Ife, your mum just died. You see, at that moment in time, I couldn't even cry. I was so confused. Someone I've known all my life, someone that provided everything for me, gone just like that. Just imagine right now, look around this building, the pillars holding this building up. Imagine it giving way and the building came crumbling down. That was exactly how I felt. You know what the funniest thing? At that moment in time, I remember the last word, actually not that funny actually. I remember the last word she said to me. She said, if I'd be a good boy at uni and I'll send you a birthday present. She died 9 days before my 20th birthday. So I didn't get a present, obviously. Losing my mum was tough, but life became tougher because I lost her, I lost my home, and I lost my main source of finance. I remember at the funeral, I made a very, very bold statement. I told everyone in the audience to write my name down because one day this nation was going to hear about me. Going into my second year at university, it was incredibly tough because I was president of the African Society. I ran student club nights, and I had to get a job at Lidl at 5 a.m. start and stack shelves till 9 o'clock. I wanted to give up on everything. My friend Bookie said to me that your mum would have wanted to continue. I dealt with depression, low self-esteem, and I lacked confidence. During those moments when I was down, I remember the promise I made to my family and I made to my mum at a funeral. And I'm proud to tell you today, I graduated from the University of Nottingham in July. I'm not, there's still more, there's more people, there's more for you. Also, in the last 3 years since my mum passed away, I've worked at some of the most prestigious firms in the world, such as Accenture, PwC, Deloitte, Foresight Group, and I'm currently a consultant at the leading Nigerian company called Atkins. Thank you. Well, that's all well and good for me, but what does that mean for you? Today, I'd like to teach 2 lessons. Lessons I learned from death, lessons I learned from struggles. I'll start with death first. The only thing made in the future for all of us here, as dark as this may sound, is death. We are all going to die one day, whether you like it or not. But I realize that death is not a bad thing, as long as you understand it. I learned 3 things from my mom's death I'd like to share today. Number 1, all your aims, your plans, your objectives die with you when you die. That sounds very obvious, doesn't it? So why are you waiting till tomorrow to start your plans? Why are you waiting till next year? Why are you waiting for someone else to verify who you are to start who you are? Why not start now? Number 2, the only thing you leave behind that will inspire the next generation is your legacy. Nobody cares about the cars you built, the cars you had, the houses you built, or the money in your account. For me, during those times I was depressed, and trust me, my friends are here, it was tough for me. I couldn't even talk to girls or anything, it was so tough. During those moments, well, that's all in the past now, I'll tell you that. During those moments, I remember my mum worked extremely hard to get us the good things in life. And that's what inspired me to carry on. That's what pushed me every single time to go further, to go to my lectures. And finally, as young people, we have great ideas, great plans, but sometimes fear kicks in. Once you compare fear to death, you can't compare the two. For example, speaking here today, I was so scared, I was like, whoa, Ted, how am I going to do this? But I asked myself one question. I said, will I die if I try? And the answer was no. And now I'm here doing a good job. Thank you very much. Now, second group of lessons on struggles. A lot of people have asked me in the past, Ife, how did you do it? You went through so much. How did you come out on top? And I've come to realize I did 3 things together. I aligned my mind, my heart, and my feet. Let me explain. I'll start with mind. To get from A to B, your mind must have gone to B first before you actually move from A. Your mind is the starting point with anything you want to do. And I've realized that 2 things affect the state of our mind: what we see and what we hear. I don't watch the news in the morning. It's all negative. I start my day with motivational videos, reading a book, and listening to classical music. I'm also very, 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 very careful with the friends I let surround me. I delete people easily. Because moments when you're down, they will decide whether you come up or you stay down. Moments when you're down, they will decide whether you come up or stay down. Your heart. I realized that doing the right thing will bring the right people to you to get to your destination. There's a wise saying that says, if you help the people around you get what they want, you get everything that you want. A lot of us may say, I'm not skilled enough to give back, I don't have enough resources. But that's not true. For example, when I go into university, I helped other people with their personal statements to get into university. When I got my job at PwC, I helped my friends get jobs at PwC. In my squad, nobody gets left behind. Everybody's doing well. And finally, your feet. You must work hard. There's no way you must work extremely hard. I'm going to try and say this without getting emotional. I remember a time in my life, on the 1st of October, 2012, president of the African Society, we ran the Nigerian Independence Day party. And at uni, party started at 10, ended at 4. We finished at 4. I got home, got changed to my little outfit for 5. I was there till 9, had a lecture from 9 to 11. I was so tired, like my friend Kenny had to poke me to wake me up in the class. But I kept on going. That semester, I had 6 exams, and I got 4 first class out of the 6 exams. See, I know some of you are thinking, oh, he's a smart guy. Trust me, I'm not smart. I can show you my results back in the day. I'm not a smart guy. I just work hard. Speaking of hard work, my mom worked extremely hard. And you know, if she was alive today, it would have been her birthday on Tuesday. But most importantly, is what she taught me that matters the most. She taught me that in order to be successful, you must act now, work hard, and never give up. Now, to bring everything all together, one quick summary. To achieve your goals in life, you must align your mind, your heart, and your feet, because if you can see your destination in your mind, you can believe it in your heart. If you can believe it in your heart, you can achieve it with your feet.